Everyone, and welcome back to the Blue Rose. And take a deep breath. It's about time where I am supposed to meet with Simon and Tobias before heading into the mountains. This time we will be prepared, looking for a way to end this mess. I wonder what we will find up there. A group of men are talking loudly in the street. One of them is gesturing energetically while apparently trying to prove some sort of point. I ignore them and about to cross the other side when suddenly something else catches my attention. A strange sensation like the tingling feeling in your stomach when you get excited about something just for a second, but it makes me hesitate and turn around. Who? A young girl with a flash of blonde hair disappearing around the corner behind the quarreling man. It was so fleeting that I doubt even seeing anything at all, but I have to know. I passed the men so engrossed in their discussion that they barely noticed me. On the other side of the corner there is nothing, just an empty alley with laundry miscellaneous tools lined up against the walls of the house. Hello? No one answers. Should I go back? I hesitate for a moment, but just as I am about to take another step into the alley, something else happens. The world breaks. A wave of incomprehensible voices and sensations washes through my exposed mind with a great force. All that making me fall over, its very sense of up and down disappears for a moment. Gah. Where? The roaring voice sends a sharp pain through my head. My spine freezes as I remember what this is. No, it can't happen here. There is an ear-defeating roar, this time in the outside world. Quickly I shook my head in an attempt to focus and spin around. And there it is. Blue scales glitter and waning sunlight, wings spread out. The ground trembles as it lands, letting out another terrifying roar. A great beast whose figure that I vividly remember as my darkest nightmare opens its mouth, inhaling all the air around it. The terrified scream of the townspeople have already spread as I see the dragon towering above them. Run, run! A warm wind blows against my face, and as soon as the light illuminates the main street in front of my eyes, a burning ball of destruction explodes. It spreads, burning debris and cries of desperation, and all is bathed in red. The strong wind from the impact hits me, and I am sent flying to the ground. Pieces of burning wood fly past me, and I cover my face. How much was destroyed? I have to do something. There is a crushing noise as the dragon steps down a small house in the outskirts, completely destroying it beneath its claws. Wah! I hear a crying voice back on my feet. I run in the direction of it. Closer to the dragon, it's that little girl. She's inside the house crying in fear. You have to run. I enter the house to drag her out there, but the girl just looks up with me with a wide, frightened eyes. Half the house is already destroyed, and the fire is coming close from the outside. Come on. No, I'm scared. Where's my brother? I won't leave without him. The broken wall next to us makes an ominous creaking sound. Roar. The ground shakes again, and so does the entire house as the dragon launches out another attack somewhere nearby. The wall gives in, and it's just about to collapse on top of both me and the girl. Look out. I held the girl in a desperate attempt to shield her, but the expected pain from the collapsing wall does not come. Surprised, I look up and see a familiar face. He's leaning up against the wooden planks, keeping them in check. Who wants the bits, Aaron? Oh, it's Gavin. Never mind. And I thought Dale was the problem here. This place certainly never gets boring. He makes a pained grin. Obviously, he will have to let go soon, or he'll get buried as well. Get out of here, Aaron. Her brother is outside. I'll be fine. We got more things to worry about after all. Oh yes, thank you. I grab the girl's arm and pull with her without me as I head for the door. In the front outside, I see the boy running frantically about searching for his sister. Both of me, run, go for the forest. I push the girl along and urge them to flee. I have to stay behind and take care of the beast. I draw my sword and concentrate. The connection with the rose falls in place easier than even before. As I look up, the dragon and my blood vessels are boiling as power spreads through me. How many just died in that attack? Are there even anyone left to save? Those questions don't matter anymore. I only see my enemy, and this time I won't lose. All I can hear is the confusing voice of the conscience flowing from the dragon. It still hasn't noticed me coming for it as it turns its head looking for more victims. Don't ignore me. I run to a mostly undamaged barn at the outskirts, near the dragon, scaling a pile of stacked crates and sacks with a few jumps. I'll soon land on the roof. I sprint towards my target, both hands tightly gripping my sword. By the rose, I breathe under my breath while channeling energy to my blade. Suddenly there is a reaction. As if warned by this output of power, the head of the dragon steps towards me, and its pupils contract as if finally notices my presence. I narrow my eyes. This is it. Remember me? I set off as I reach the end of the roof, and my blade rises. I am headed straight for the dragon's neck. No! An invisible wave of pure will hits me full force from the shocked creature. I squint my eyes as I feel the dragon's anger and concentrate on finishing my attack. But it's fast. It noticed me too soon. In defense, the dragon pulls back and raises its wings to shield itself. As a result, my shining blade misses its target as it's propelled by a claw and instead cuts to the tip of a wing. The dragon cries from the stinging pain of my attack while I try to prepare myself for the landing. I haven't even touched the ground before I can tell the dragon's claw is on its way to crush me down in retaliation. I hit the ground with my feet and I roll around, softening the blow before spinning around. A shadow is coming straight for my head. What if something else happens? An arrow shoots into the dragon's leg, making the dragon halt its attack and roar in pain once more. I don't hesitate, taking this chance to retreat out of the range. Tobias is standing on another rooftop further away, his bow raised, quietly thanking for saving me while trying to find a better position to attack from. The street is burning. I hear terrified screams of the inhabitants and see two people trying to escape the inferno, one of them hurt. I have to fight back the wild beating in my heart and focus on the goal. I stop and turn around. The dragon is still in the same spot, now looking directly at me again. A roar shakes the ground, and the ocean of voices intangible to any normal human grows in intensity. I have to somehow lure the dragon out of town. I can't fight freely in here. The heat is almost unbearable. And if there is anything left to say, it has to be done now without the dragon nearby to cause any more destruction. And I feel another familiar outlet of energy not far away. The dragon turns its head towards me as well, and notice a distant figure standing on higher ground just outside the town. Simon? The dragon turns toward the taunting lies from Simon's sword, and watching him as if trying to figure out what to expect from the new intruder. I see. Simon is trying to lure the dragon away as well. I have to help him. I hear the dragon's familiar echo in my head. Will not let you get in my way again. The town around me is in a panic. A few are hesitating and wanting to stay behind and save the burning buildings, but also terrified of the dragon. Others are trying to escape the place altogether. In the midst of all of this, I notice Tobias approaching me, still holding his bow. Tobias, Lena, we'll let the dragon out of town and fight there. You stay here. This place needs you. He hesitates for a moment, but then nods. Alright, I'm counting on you. The great beast opens his mouth and roars angrily at Simon. Then it sets into motion. It's working? We part ways. I head towards the dragon once more, while Tobias runs towards a group of confused townspeople trying to put out the fire. The dragon's wings spread out and the beast set off, leaping towards Simon's location. The ground rumbles as it crashes at the foot of the mountain and roars in anger. It's away from the house now, a little further, and we should be able to fight it freely. I just hope Simon is keeping up alright. I close in on one beast, its tail swinging wildly from side to side in aggression, and it lifts one claw like a cat on prowl, while searching the area for Simon. It notices him further up the path, where he was taking a stand once again, his sword ready. Get out of my way. The angry voice snarls, the dragon in the house readying itself for another burst of flame. I won't let you. I run up alongside the dragon and jump up the cliffs and the side of the path. 1, 2, 3, kicking off one final time, I soar through the air towards the dragon's neck once more. Ha! My blade only barely makes a scratch in the dragon's tough scales, but the surprised beast jerks its head back just as it breathes out fire. The roaring flames misses the target, and Simon is on the move again. He's already at my side when I land most gracefully on the ground. Alright, this distance should be safe. Piercing the scales will take a little extra though. The dragon shakes his head violently and turns around to face us again. You stupid humans. His voice still resounds in my head, but I try to ignore it. Well, to prepare for this, give me cover. Yes, sir. I reaffirm my hold on the sword as I watch the giant beast before me. I also keep this thing away from Simon. There is no time to be concerned about its size. Simon and I part ways. I run further up the path with my eyes on the dragon. Unfortunately, its gaze is still fixed on Simon, who is trying to move to a safer position. After attract its attention, I move around it in a wide arc, trying to get in front of it. Focusing my energy for a moment, I swing my arm towards a bluish light towards one of its forelegs. The dragon growls at my useless attack and turns towards me a little faster than I expected. Its head shoots towards me at lightning speed. Crack. I jump and roll away just in time to avoid its jaws as they step close just beside me. I swing my sword up in a counterattack as I get back on my feet. Oh man, my nose again. But I already moved out of reach again. Staying in one place is too dangerous. I have to keep at my speed. Gritting my teeth, I kick off the ground again and head directly towards the dragon in an attempt to get another hit in, while hopefully avoiding another strike. Its tails comes flying together through the air towards me, full force. It's easily avoided by a jump to the side, and I manage to get closer to its body at the same time. This is it. I must jump forward to take my attack while concentrating my energy on sharpening my blade. There's a sudden amazing gust of wind. The dragon pulls back and flaps its wing. Ugh. The torment strikes me on my face, and I could feel the ground disappear from beneath me. My sword is almost blown out of my hands, and I am thrown backwards through the air. Slam. The wall shakes as my back collides with the wall far behind me. I slide to the ground while wincing in pain. Great, not again. With a satisfied roar, the dragon steps forward to take me out. My heart races as I see great beast tower above me, preparing for the kill. Can't lose. I can't give in now and run. Just a little more. The harsh landing has numbed my body, but I grit my teeth and lift my sword again with my back against the wall. It must look silly for the great dragon looking down at this beaten knight who is making such a weak attempt at defiance. But it's alright. I tell everyone those words, even though my heart is beating so loud that it almost blocks out every other sound around me. I'm thinking I'm shaking, but I can't really tell. My eyes are fixed on the dragons. It's alright. The dragon opens its jaw and lifts its claw about to strike. Then a small figure shoots forward from the cliff above me, and with the dragon's head. There's a flash of light, and the dragon cries out in shock. A violent jerk runs through its entire body. Crunch. The head of the dragon slams towards me, the ground before me, beaten down by the impact of the shining blade piercing to its forehead. Desperately, the dragon tries to moves one last time, raising its claws, but I drop to the ground just a moment later. There is a crashing noise as the rest of my body falls limp. A great cloud of dust is blown against my face as the wings drop. I take a deep breath as the dust settles, and it feels like I haven't breathed at all these last few minutes. When the dragon towered above me, my heart is still hammering in my chest. Simon is kneeling on the snout of the dragon, still holding up onto his sword with both hands, as it is assured that it is not going to move again. He finally gets up. Grabbing the sword with both hands, he forcefully pulls it back out, then he jumps down from the dragon. Are you alright? Yes. I get back on my feet and try not to wince in pain. My body still feels shaken and sore from the collision, but I don't think I took any major damage that he needs to worry about. After putting my sword back in its place, I join him in front of the lifeless giant beast. Alright, that should be it. The expression is serious, but I could tell that his final blow took a lot of energy out of him. We should get back and see if the town is alright. Yes. He turns around and I follow him back down the path before we leave, I cast one last glance at the body of the dragon while letting out another deep breath to level myself. I got an achievement unlocked, Dragon Slayer. Cool. Back in the village, they managed to put out the fire, but the less damages are severe. Most of the buildings on the far side of the main street are more or less destroyed on one end, and their houses on the other half are damaged as well. Some men are still fighting the last embers and stray flames in a blackened ruin. Erin watches the scene sitting in front of her and, although it wasn't in the center of the destruction, a large building is still badly hit. Part of the roof is missing and caved in, and a large part is burned black. It hurts my heart to see her stand like that with her back to her beloved home. She looks up as she notices me coming. So it's gone? Yeah, it won't be coming back. Erin sighs and smiles a little. You saved us again, huh? I can't answer and just look at the destruction together with her. It could be worse. We'll just have to work hard. We didn't make all this ourselves to begin with. And at least the fields outside town weren't destroyed. Where's your sister? She's alright. She's up in the ruin just outside town. Fortunately, we managed to save some of her slaves and salves and herbs, so they will prove useful. Simon had been talking to some of the men, but is now approaching us as well. What a shame. He stops and looks up at the damaged end. It looks like his words woke up Erin as she turns around to follow his gaze. Oh, don't worry, Simon. We'll find you somewhere to stay. Who knows when this will be fixed after all. Don't worry about that. I'll help you two out. You've been giving me a place to stay after all. I need to pay you back somehow. Simon gives her a tired smile. You two have already done so much. I fear thinking of what would happen if you hadn't been here. But would have all this happened then? The soldiers, the dragon, would they have all come here if we had never set foot in these mountains? I decided to protect this place, but in the end, I might have become as cursed instead. Elena, I know you're tired, but I'm afraid we're not done yet. Yes. I look at Simon and cast a last glance at Erin. She smiles at me as if to say that she's alright. Then we split to ways to assist the townspeople. Where did Tobias go? I wandered through the destroyed village while looking for him. Erin and Mary are taking care of the wounded, and I caught a glimpse of Gavin and a group of people dragging away debris from a collapsed house. His one arm was wrapped in cloth. He must have been hurt during the attack. Then I finally find the one I'm looking for he is standing just outside the eastern end of town, watching the scenery with a desolated look on his face. Tobias, are you alright? He doesn't turn and face me. As I approach him, just keep standing there, watching the struggling villagers. They don't even know what is going on. I'm sorry. This was supposed to be able to happen here. Did I make the wrong choices after all? He sighs and rubs his forehead with his hand. I wonder what I should say. I can complain if he blames us for all this. I wonder if things would have turned out differently if the chief had been here. I'm sure your chief is great, but I doubt he would be able to stand against a dragon. Maybe so. We fall silent for a while again. If we remove Adele, will it stop? I don't know. Maybe. I believe Adele is consumed by something inside her, something connected to the heart. I don't know what had prompted the dragon to attack us, but Adele herself is a huge threat. The way she is now, and most likely it will only grow worse. That settles it then. We go there today as planned, and we will take it off for good. He says this in a firm, calm voice, but his fist is clenched so hard his knuckles are turned white, revealing the anger and insecurity inside him. Tobias, he truly wants to protect this place, but he is not a warrior, but he still intends to fight with all he's got. As I watch him like this, a sudden sadness fills my heart. Why is it that in situations like these, he always looks so lonely? Why does it feel like I am looking at someone so very far away from where I am? A sudden impulse makes me want to reach out and touch him, as if trying to bring him closer to me, but I stop myself. Warm breeze from seeing ceilings and remains of a burned house blows past us. No matter what Tobias himself believes, he won't be alone in this fight, and I'll make sure of that. As I brush the hair from my face, I suddenly notice something out of the corner of my eye. Turning around to take a close look, I see it again. In the distance, on the path leading further up into the mountain, a shadow is watching us. It is only there for a brief moment before it drops back, disappearing out of sight behind the cliffs. But I have no doubt I definitely saw it. Tobias. What is it? It was her, the soldier. She was up there. Alarmed by Tobias, immediately turns around as well and looks up ahead. Then I see her again. Before I even know she is far away, I can tell how she slowly steps out and looks down at us before turning around and hurrying up further the path. Why is she here? Tobias' voice is tense. I don't know. But seeing that woman near the village after being attacked by the dragon is unsettling. Are everyone here still in danger? I set off towards the path and take up the pursuit. I won't let her get away. She is Adele's backup, someone much too dangerous to have her near here. Tobias follows me onto the path into the rocky maze. That is the mountain. Where does she go? Be careful. I slow down just a little to be prepared for potential attacks. Tobias answers to my warning by readying his bow close behind me. Okay, guys, I'm ending the video here. I believe the next video will be the last video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.